To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, recorded here alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. Like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. Rumble, YouTube, audio version of this platform, anywhere podcasts are available, including Substack, and you can download it directly, stream it directly from positivesarcasm.com. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can hit me up through my website. Go to the contact page, or you can email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram at +_sarcasm. I'll check your requests. Very, very busy lately, but of course that's just my life in general. Busy. Not pretending to be busy. I had been on a spending tear lately. I did officially pull the trigger because right now I'm going on the offensive. It's like I need to buy some stuff right now if I'm going to move some things ahead in my life. So I went ahead, pulled the trigger, and went after it. Paid off a bunch of credit card debt, which I'm very happy about. I have funds for a second vehicle. Those damn town cars, they just keep eluding me. One guy refused to take my money because I didn't want to have the car delivered from New York all the way to New Hampshire. Talk about first world white people problems. Beautiful 40,000-mile Lincoln town car, and I was like, dude, I will whatever you got to do. He's like, no, if you want to come here and see the car. It's like, I don't have time. Time. Do you want thousands of dollars in cash or not? He's like, no, man, cash only. I'm like, all right, well, see you, bye. All right, can't do it. Another one, I was like literally going to transport this thing all the way from middle America, and they're like, somebody bought it. I was like, oh, damn it. So the search continues. But I did, however, pull the trigger on something I've been wanting to edit on for a very long time. You guys know, if you don't know, I'm a huge fan of Cyberlink Power Director Mobile. I think it's a fantastic mobile version. I think it's fantastic. I was thinking about pulling the trigger on an S7 Plus, but for the money, I was actually, for about just a little over $300, I was able to find a beautiful Samsung Galaxy Tablet S8. 8 gigs of RAM, the newest processor, newest Android processor, absolutely gorgeous laptop. It's beautiful, it's gigantic, and I only want it for one program. Only one program I want to use on it. So for me, I think it's worth the money. It's going to last me a very, very long time, considering I'm only using it for really one purpose and only. You guys know how I roll. So I'm really happy about that purchase. I did pull the trigger on, if you guys don't know what NVMOs are, I actually got a little quick snippet on it. So a mobile virtual network operator. So obviously, if you've heard of Verizon, you've heard of T-Mobile, you've heard of AT&T, obviously they have a large administrative group, customer service, things like that. They also have, they own the telephone, they own the towers, they own all the infrastructure. Basically, they own it all. So it's a lot of money for that upkeep. And obviously, that's got to get passed down to the customer. And when I say passed down, like, I was lucky to be paying $57 a month. Most unlimited plans are around like $100-something. Some people are paying like $300 for their cell phone plans. So I was like, I don't want to be. I'm like, there's no reason why I have to keep paying $57 a month. So I've been searching for a while about the alternatives. You've seen Ryan Reynolds out there boosting about Mint Mobile and their really low cell phone plans, and there's a couple others. And so Mint Mobile runs off of T-Mobile's network. Tello runs off of AT&T's network, and Visible runs off of Verizon Wireless's network. Now, what are these groups? What makes them so special, and are you worried about getting crappy service? Well, here's what these groups are. They're called MVNOs, Mobile Virtual Network Operators. They are a wireless communication services provider, cell phone providers. They do not own the network infrastructure over which it provides services to its customers. So they don't own the towers, they don't own the dishes, they don't own any of it. They enter into a business agreement with the network operator. So they enter into an agreement with Verizon to obtain a significant amount of access to network services at wholesale rates. and then they set the retail prices themselves. An NVMO may use its own customer service, billing support, marketing, and sales personnel, or it can employ the services of a mobile virtual network enabler. So, if you wanted to sign up for one, so let's just say, for example, you were with Verizon, but you think your plan is too expensive. You could switch to, which I did. I switched to. I got this. This is a Moto G 2024. This is an excellent phone for what I do. They obviously, you can get iPhones. You can get Samsung Galaxy newest models. You can get whatever, as long as it's okay with the network, which if generally any Verizon phone will work on this network. I just wanted a nice phone. This thing has it feels like it has a leather back to it. I love it. It's beautiful. Beautiful phone. Absolutely perfect for what I like doing. The price of the phone, $129. I paid $129 for this phone. Okay, as opposed to like $1,000 for like an Apple phone or something like that. Now the plan, I was paying $57 a month, which gave me 5 gigabytes of data. Now I have unlimited, and I'm paying $20 a month. For 2 years, I'm paying $20 a month, and for every year after that, I'm paying $25. So I'm like, this is great. This is fantastic. So I'm really like, and as far as the coverage goes, as far as sending and receiving texts, as fast, if not faster, than my older phones that I was using. My Pixel 2, my Galaxy S9 Plus, obviously newer phone, faster. Sending texts, fast. Making phone calls, flawless. Data, looking up information on the internet. Email, social media. Perfect. No issues. So I'm highly encouraging everybody to really consider getting on a network that is similar to the one you're already on. So if you're rocking T-Mobile, I really do recommend it. First of all, Mint has a bunch of different... Mint Mobile has... A lot of people have T-Mobile. So let's see. Let's just do Mint Mobile, and I'll get you some price plans really quick. We've talked about this in the past, but I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I do not regret it. So the plans right now, they have... new customers get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. The plans themselves, all plans have gone to $15 a month. Any 3-month plan at the lowest price. So let's see. Here we go. So for 6 months, for 12 months. So after 12 months, let's see, 12-month plan. So if you wanted to buy for a year unlimited data through Mint, you'd be paying $30 a month. Honestly, you don't need that much data. So if I was to buy this, if I was to go with Mint Mobile, I would have gotten a 5 gigabyte data plan, and I would be paying $15 a month. There'd be a $180 upfront payment required. Okay, fine. But honestly, that would be mine. I would pay $15 a month. Right now I bought a new phone, and I didn't have to pay anything upfront. I don't believe I did. Well, I can't remember. And then I paid $129 for the phone, $20 a month for the coverage, and it's stellar. Mint Mobile, you can get these types of... Oh, I should probably put that up on the screen. Jesus Christ, what's the matter with me? There you go. So you could pay... I mean, what's a Verizon plan for unlimited? $100 a month? What's a T-Mobile plan? $100 a month? They got to be that expensive. So you could be paying these types of prices for huge amounts of data. Honestly, for people nowadays, it'd probably be like 15, 20 gig. You could be paying these numbers right here. That's for if you want to be Mint Mobile. If you want it to be, I think it's Tello. Tello is AT&T. They also have plans available too. There is a lot of them. And look, 5 gigabytes, 5 gigabyte data, $10 a month for the first month, $14 going forward. That's pretty awesome. Here's the plans right here. For 10 gig, let's go to unlimited data. Unlimited data, unlimited minutes, $25 a month. $25 a month. It's amazing. And they are part of the AT&T network. So that in itself, AT&T definitely takes care of their infrastructure. Supposedly they take care of their infrastructure a lot better than Verizon does. But the fact that for all this, for all that data, just for you to be able to make phone calls, send texts, shop, do your internet. I mean, even though Wi-Fi is pretty much everywhere at this point, you're paying between $15 and $30 a month. You're golden. You're absolutely golden. This is going to save you so much money, and this is my first couple weeks of experimenting with this so-called. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have already signed on for this, and I'm obviously late to the party. But for those of you, there's a lot of you still paying a needless amount of money for a plan you don't need and prices you shouldn't be paying. And all these, I mean, this is a beautiful phone. It's an absolutely beautiful phone. It's a Moto G 2024. Motorola no longer makes these. Moto basically sold their cell phone enterprise to Lenovo. And basically, it's just, it's a Lenovo Rolla, or whatever you want to call it. But it's a beautiful phone. It's exactly what I need for what I want to do. And they do absolutely have cell phones, like the Samsung Galaxies and the iPhones available. So you can purchase those. Or you can transfer your own over. So if you already have one of those, you can transfer that over and you're good to go. Do you get to keep your cell phone number? Absolutely you do. You get to keep your number. You can keep your phone as long as it's not like my Pixel 2. It was an older phone. It was older, definitely, but it wouldn't accept it. It was a little too old for the infrastructure. So it was like, okay, whatever. $129 in the long run. After 6 months, I'm already actually after 2 months, I break even, and then by the end of the year, I'm already way ahead on saving data. So it was a no-brainer for me at this point. I took the chance, and it worked out beautifully. They send you the SIM card. They sent me the phone, the SIM card, the instructions on how to do it. Within the hour, I was up and running. I still have my old cell phones. They still work for what I need them to work with, and basically, the second I updated. My new phone with my number. Verizon's like, you can't even access your account anymore. You need your account number in order to pay us off. And it's like, okay, but I only owe them like $16, so it's like, all right, well, see you, bye. So I do recommend it. Obviously, when it comes to networks, Verizon customers, AT&T customers, T-Mobile customers, obviously, I believe, have like the rights to primary, if whatever you call it. If the system gets congested, they obviously probably get like first rights to all that stuff. But ultimately, if the system gets that congested, nobody's getting through. Okay, nobody's getting through. So, yeah. So I'm happy. I'm really happy because it's a great way to save data, and we talk about financial fitness on this channel, and this is a great way of saving data. Saving money. $20 a month, $20 a month. People are paying $100 right now. This is wild. So, highly recommended. So my plan is unlimited through Visible for $20 a month, and I bought my phone outright, and it took me an hour to sign up. So absolutely fantastic. Before we get to this week's Dig.com Q&A, did you guys see I obviously don't watch the Olympics, but I am a big metal fan, and I noticed that apparently Gojira is a French heavy metal band. They also, the lead singer Joe, helped produce Rise of the North Star's last two albums. So obviously I have a lot of respect for them. They're a very heavy band. But the fact that they performed like a full song at the Olympic opening ceremony, and it was incredible. The scene was insane of a decapitated Marie Antoinette. But it was, I mean, first of all, it's the first time that metal, like actual metal, real heavy metal, hit the main stage for an opening ceremony at the Olympics. Nothing short of impressive. I'm a huge fan. Congrats to Gojira. I know there's a lot of other things to complain about apparently at the Olympics, but ultimately this is a big moment for metal. And metal has only gotten better and better over the last, 20 years. So I'm really happy about it. Yeah. Just awesome. If you haven't seen it and you're a metal fan, go see it. You can just go on YouTube, check out Gojira, or let's see, Gojira Olympics. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But it's so cool. So check that out. In the meantime, let's go ahead and pull up some dig.com Q&A. Go ahead and get another solid 15 minutes out of this podcast. By the way, if you want to support this platform, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Let's go see article monitor. Off we go. I did get a sneak peek at the first one, and I am ready to be like, what? I need some coffee. It's late. My ex and I have 2 high school kids together. I now know he was unfaithful throughout our marriage. Okay, he divorced me when he got his now wife pregnant. They have 3 kids together. Because she stays at home, most of our scheduling conversations end up going through her. I've tried talking to him. I've tried written communication, but the only thing that seems to stick is a phone call or physical conversation with her. I send a recap to their shared email to cover all my bases. It's exhausting, but the only thing that seems to work. He's got another woman pregnant. Maybe they'll work it out. Maybe they won't. But every conversation with his wife now starts with complaints and sometimes sobbing about how hard it is. I have zero sympathy for her. She seems to think we can bond about him, mostly because I was always neutral to her. I only did that because I knew that being nasty would just be embarrassing and unhelpful and maybe hurt my kids. True. Smart. I do not like her. I believe she shouldn't be surprised by him. I'm mostly just grateful my kids are almost grown and we won't have to split child support a million ways as he continues to be selfish and careless. But her behavior is driving me up the wall, and I'm worried I'm going to snap and tell her what I really think. How do I stay cool about this? I should be happy that karma is coming to her. Mostly I'm just annoyed that she's complaining about being on the other side of the coin. Let me see here. Starts with complaints about sometimes sobbing how hard it is. So did he cheat on her? So the girl that he cheated on you with, he's cheating on her. Okay. So, first of all, did she know that you were married? Did she know that you were in the picture? Probably did. So, I mean, you want to talk to her? Fine. If you don't want to, you'd be like, listen, what do you expect? He cheated on me with you, got you pregnant, and now he's cheating on you with somebody else, and he might get them pregnant. It's like, what do you expect, honey? And don't expect any sympathy from me. I'm out of this. My kids are about to graduate high school. I don't really have to see him anymore. I don't have to talk to him. And quite frankly, I never really wanted to talk to you. I was cordial to you because I wanted my kids to be happy and safe and everything like that. Now that they're gone, I don't have to do anything. I can move on with my life and separate from the things that annoy me the most, i.e. you and him. And yeah, quite frankly, you're not the person she should be complaining of to, because you've already gone through this. And look, I don't know what you've done, but from what you're saying, you didn't do anything that destructive. So quite frankly, she needs to go bark up somebody else's tree, because talking to you about it is, all sorts of silly. Let's move on to the next one. My fiance and I bought a house late last year, with the help from his parents. Though we both make good salaries, he comes from a rich family, and I was raised by a single mom. His parents insisted on giving us the money from our down payment and closing costs, and my mom gave us a dishwasher, which was very generous of all of them and also appreciated. Cool. Hey, dishwashers are good. We've all been working out like mad on fixing the house up to get it ready for our wedding. Neither of us is very experienced with DIY, so it's been difficult, stressful process, and caused some tension between us. We were discussing what kind of flooring to get for the front hall, and I wanted to get more expensive but easier to work with stuff. We got into a fight that escalated to the point of him accusing me of being a gold digger who was after his money. I was in shock and asked him why he would think that, and he said, because you told me about how you grew up poor. And he had the thought in the back of his head since... lost my thing because I scrolled. I shouldn't have scrolled. I was in shock and asked him why I think that, because you told me about how you grew up poor, and he's had the thought in the back of his head since we bought the house. He told me that he has a spreadsheet of where he keeps track of how much he spent on versus how much I spent on him, and he has spent thousands more on me, not even counting the money his parents gave us. I told him that doesn't sound right since we split all costs 50-50, and he admitted it included my engagement ring. It is a family heirloom his great aunt gave him, but he was counting the value of it. Later, he apologized, but I'm still hurt and angry. I feel paranoid that maybe his family said something, and I'm really sad all the time. I've been loving him and thinking he was wonderful. And thinking about this way about me, and even documenting it so he could throw it in my face. He said the spreadsheet is just an anxiety thing, and he loves me and wants us to work on fixing things. I think I do too, but then I think of what he said, and then I get overwhelmed. How can I get over this? You can't keep score in a relationship. It's not about winning. It's not about who's done the most of what. And honestly, yeah, you're always going to be one up on the woman because, yeah, she's not going to buy her own engagement ring. All right? That's your job. As the man, if you're going to propose, you got to buy the ring. Okay? That is you taking risk. Okay? That is your risk that you have to invest in. All right? That's what you have to do. You don't buy the ring, get her to say I do, and then send her the bill. It's you buy the ring, she says yes, and then you're even. That's it. That's how it works. You say, be with me, I give you shiny thing, and they go, okay. And then you put shiny thing on, and then that's how that works. Done. That's done. Wrap it up. We're all done. That's it. You don't put it on as a guilt trip afterwards. Doesn't matter. It could be a tiny little quarter-carat cubic zirconia, or it could be a 14-carat freaking geoplasm nuclear uranium diamond ring. Doesn't matter. Whatever you decide to put on her finger, she doesn't get the bill for. It's a guilt bill, a financial bill, any type of bill. Okay? Never keep score with that. That does not count. It could not be admissible as evidence. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Okay? I'm sorry. It just doesn't. So that should not be part of the equation. And even, it doesn't matter. It's a family heirloom. Doesn't matter. Okay? Doesn't matter. Family heirloom. Bought it on eBay. Built it yourself. Dug in the mine yourself. Doesn't matter at all. All right? She obviously came from a different past where it was a little more difficult to grow up. He has this, quote, anxiety thing, and he keeps a spreadsheet. It's like, you don't keep a spreadsheet with your wife-to-be. You don't do that. That's not how you keep trust. Yeah, I get it. He wants to work on things? Well, he needs to fucking take that spreadsheet and throw it in the trash. That's what he needs to do. Let's do one or two more. I think my niece is nuts. Moving on. At 43, she had IVF. Oh, in vitro fertilization. With some of her frozen eggs fertilized by a sperm donor. She didn't share the news of her pregnancy until she got to 12 weeks, and everything was looking good for the twins that took. Cool. I'm all for bringing babies into this world, but to purposely have your first children at an age when most people are sending their kids off to college is a little more than weird to me. Okay. I can't imagine taking on not just one, but two infants at a niece's age. Imagine being in your 60s when your kids are finishing high school. Yeah, yes, she has a good career with a steady partner, but he is even older than her and has grown kids of his own, one of which graduated with a master's degree this year. I think it's selfish, but I would never say so to my niece. Some women become pregnant late in their 30s, some early in their 40s. It's fine. It's fine. It has some health risks to it, but ultimately, it's fine. Nothing to really scoff at. Quite frankly, if she's able to accomplish having children at that age, congratulations to her. I don't really see an issue with it. Nowadays, even in your 60s, you could still be a very healthy adult and capable of doing many, many things, and you'd be an excellent example for just because you're over the age of 60 doesn't mean you've already quit on life. You don't just retire. You get to see your kids. You're healthy enough to see your kids graduate high school, see them go off to college, and just live your golden years, but in a different way. It's really, really awesome. I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. So I don't know why you do. It's not selfish. I don't think it's selfish. You brought kids into this world. I don't believe that to be selfish. I don't think Elon Musk would either. We got time for one more? Let's do one more. A friend I have known for many years recently asked me for about 30 grand. He needed the money to pay off old debts, which he claimed he had. I doubt that. He does not work and he owns a few rental properties. I responded that I was sorry and couldn't give him the kind of money, and further suggested he go to a bank and ask for a loan. He wouldn't hear of it, questioned our friendship, and then lectured me that our friends not only good for times, but also good for the times in need. He then abruptly ended our friendship. I was disappointed and said, what should I say to this person after he dumped me? Should I have given him the money in order to keep the friendship? It's $30,000. You may never see that again. You're not a bank. You can't take on that risk. I understand that. If he owns rental properties and stuff like that, he's got to earn it. 30 grand? I can go to the bank and I can get 30 grand. Okay? I don't need it. If I need a few grand from the bank, okay, maybe I'll consider it. But ultimately, 30 grand from a friend is a lot of money. Like, I have a friend who I've borrowed money from in the past. Okay? Couple grand, $600 once. I could never ask him for 30. Never. I couldn't do it. There's 30 grand just doesn't. No. There's no value in it for him to do that for me, and quite frankly, I would never ask of such a thing from him, because that can put a strain on a friendship. And quite frankly, I don't want to do that. It's not fair. For him to ask you 30 grand, then you'd be like, I can't do that, and then he just dumps you as a buddy. Well, I would just say goodbye and move on. In the words of my former counselor, if they want to bolt, let them. But you dodged a bullet. It's a very good thing that you did not give him that 30 grand. There's a high probability you may not have ever seen it again. All right, that's enough for today's Dig.com Q&A. If you have questions about the NVMO cell phone stuff, you can go ahead and email me directly at positivesarcasm@outlook.com. I'm using Visible, paying $20 a month. I absolutely love it. I love my phone. I love it. I love life. Life is so great right now. You can email me through my website. Hit me at positivesarcasm.com. Go to the contact page. Hit me up on Instagram at positive_sarcasm. You can find my podcast anywhere podcasts are available. Substack, iHeart, YouTube, video. YouTube and Rumble are where the video versions are, but anywhere else where podcasts are available, including downloadable and streamable directly from my website, positivesarcasm.com. But in the meantime, thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing, and I'll talk to you all next week. Recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. For entertainment purposes only, this has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.